at what point did you realise that Sir Alex Ferguson was on the radar and that maybe there was some big clubs in Europe sort of sniffing about?
We were at a training camp in Marbella once with this is the current coach for Denmark, Morten Olsen. He was my coach in Brøndby for the last 18 months I was there, but that was his first job. So we trained like mad. I mean, he made sure that everyone was fit. And in Marbella, United, they were struggling at the time. So Sir Alex took the team away. They ended up in the same hotel, and we were training after they trained. And Sir Alex stayed after. And you know, the rumours was that he stood there looking at me, the way I was training, what I was doing. And I think, and he said this back many times, that was the first time he sort of, you know, he was aware of me, and he made his mind up to follow me at that time.
So it was just luck, really.
Yeah, what were you doing? What sort of training were you doing at the time? Can you remember?
You know, when I trained, it was 100%. I never. I mean, it was
And
just.
that's what you liked about it.
Yeah. I might just sort of have caught something that he was sort of.
But the reality
like a ball.
Well, that's right.
But the fact is, it was purely chance that you were.
Well,
in
it
Marbella,
wasn't
they
really
were in
because
Marbella and...
I was again. You know, football wasn't structured the way that we know football to be structured today. So there was an agent approaching me, and we didn't have agents back then. And he said, you know, I've seen what you can do, and I really want to represent you. So, you know, if you let me, I'll try to accommodate your wishes. And he said, where do you want to go? And I said, I want to go to Manchester United. And he said, fine, I can work with that. And within less than 12 months,
This had happened?
No, it didn't happen, but he'd already been in there, and the interest was there. And my first game was in 91. I came over here in 91. And I should have come in 90 because they put a bid in 90. But my club, Brøndby, was just a tiny bit too greedy. They asked 1.2 million for me. That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen. I was devastated. And I had a phone call from this agent one day and said, listen, could you come to this house after training today? And I came, and Sir Alex was there. He wasn't Sir Alex back then, but he was still there.
Yeah.
This is in Denmark?
This is in Denmark. So he said, you know, I followed you and I made the bid, and I know I want you to come to Manchester United, play a good season. I'll come back for you next summer. So,
what did you think? Did you know he was going to be there? When
I didn't know. No,
so you walk into that and Alex Ferguson
no, it
was
was
there?
one of
Just
them.
called tapping up back then.
Different rules back then.
You always tell me that. It was different back then.
Yeah.
What did you think? You walk in and he's sitting in the front room of someone's house.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And what he did was he took the morning flight straight to this house, straight back in the car to the airport, and then back off to Manchester.
Wow.
That was the if there's a point in your career where you think, from this moment on, I'm just going to be so much better. That was a point for me. I was always ambitious. I always made sure not to cut any corners. I trained like mad. I did extra training with my goalkeeping coach. My goalkeeping, I mean, this is how it was back then. My goalkeeping coach, he had a couple of shops, so he couldn't sort of be with us when we were training. So we found times where we could meet up. I did that outside the normal training. I was really, but this moment on was, I made sure that I wouldn't let Alex Ferguson down, and made sure that once he come back for me, I would be ready for him.